Hey guys, it's Kim, and I just wanted to share some things that happen often in my office that is just really hard for me because trying to help people unpack misinformation, unlearn and relearn can get very difficult, especially if they've had an overwhelming diagnosis. What I've been seeing happen a lot lately is individuals go to a specialty clinic for something like Lyme's disease or their thyroid or chronic Epstein-Barr virus or long haul COVID. And sadly, the approach that's taking place is too excessive. It's not going to work. It's going to take a lot of time, money, and energy, and then leave the person depressed. Or it might give the person a slight improvement, but not actually help them heal. So one young man recently, he's been having some chronic health issues, like an autoimmune flare, and he was told he had a bacteria and he had Lyme disease, and he was given like 8-week prescription of hydroxychloroquine and antibiotics and eat dark greens every day. And the plan would definitely not work. It would just create more stress. His body was already past what's called a cellular stress threshold, where his body cannot maintain homeostasis. And he was dealing with some challenges with relationships in his life. He was actually having a lot of emotional stress and a loss in his life that was actually manifesting in his physical body. So you could give him all the hydroxychloroquine you wanted to or all the antibiotics, and it's not going to work until you actually address the root cause. He also had a specific manual muscle test that I performed here showing some muscle dysfunction where his jaw and neck were compensating for other muscles in his body. That was creating dizziness, pain, Bell's palsy-like symptoms, hives. And so what's so tough is the root cause to chronic disease or loss of homeostasis is being missed in some of these advanced clinics. They're missing the basics to what the cells need for their diet. It's either not enough information on the diet, or it's too generic, or just regurgitated information like do keto, do paleo. If you eat dark greens every single day, it's typically going to cause like kidney stones, chronic nerve pain, some other issue based on consumption of excess anti-nutrients. And if those greens aren't organic, they could cause even more problems. So I'm going to post some supporting information here about how the mental health can impact skin reactions, autoimmune flare, impacting the HPA axis. I'm also going to share like how certain healthy foods will actually increase chronic pain or increase gut permeability and prevent you from healing. So if somebody has you going to all these multiple modalities like ozone therapy, red light therapy, multiple adjustments, doing very strict diets, and maybe 8 weeks of like some kind of harsh antibiotic or like ivermectin consistently, they're missing the boat on the root cause to the diagnosis or your symptoms. They're also missing how to assess cellular stress. Your cells don't differentiate stress, whether it's perceived stress that is just like your reaction to it, or it's stress that you don't realize is upsetting the cell. So for example, you might like to be up to 3 a.m. watching a Netflix program, but your cells don't like it. Or you might like the Polar Pop from Circle K and vaping, but your cells might not like it. So when your cells get past a certain cellular stress, and this goes by Dr. Hans Selye's theory, that stress inhibits proper cell signaling. It inhibits cell renewal. It accelerates cell degeneration. And when your cells are mutating or dying faster than they can renew, they create symptoms. So we have to look at the various stressors, the mental stress, the physical stress, the chemical stress, nutritional, and electromagnetic. And as you reduce those cellular stressors, the body is really amazing at getting back to homeostasis and really awesome at healing itself. But if your practitioner is just either trying to fix you from the outside in, or has you going to multiple sessions and doing diets that are generic and just don't match you, and or on multiple supplements and multiple medications, even if it seems like it's helping, it's a less effective approach. They're wasting your time and money on some level. And even though something might be good, you might be moving like 1 step forward, 2 steps back. And it's really can be much easier than that, much more effective, much more efficient if someone is looking at the whole picture, assessing possible neuromuscular dysfunction, assessing your body composition and your caloric needs, and then looking at the cellular stressors that you may not realize is causing that lack of homeostasis. And again, if they don't look at the mental spiritual connections to your health, or like an autoimmune diagnosis, or even Lyme's or chronic yeast infections, they're completely missing the boat, and you're not getting the actual healing that you're supposed to receive. I hope that helps in some way. I have just so much to share in my head, and I've seen so many sad stories this week that did not have to be that complicated, and people being Baker acted in mental health hospitals that are just really amazing people, but getting the wrong information. It's tough to always just wear this armor and not absorb it and just observe it. But if I can share any tips to prevent each of you from being harmed medically or utilizing a less efficient route, I would love to do that, because once I was able to experience healing, it's completely altered my life and made it much easier to live well. So thank you so much, and message any questions you have. Have a beautiful day.